chapter 26 of the book, The Great Controversy, and the topic is a work of reform. You know, it's so interesting. We've learnt over the past few chapters that some people in 1844 thought Jesus was about to come and they were so ready. But they noticed one problem. Remember, we said they followed Jesus from the holy place to the most holy place. But they forgot something that God had created as a statute that would be a timeless reminder of his power as creator and God. I showed you the statue of a man in Zimbabwe, specifically in Bulawayo, who was so well respected and adored. And a statue was set up in remembrance of him. Now understand that this man is dead, but because of the contribution that he made, people thought, it would be a brilliant idea to create a statue. God did something similar, except God is not dead and he's still a fantastic, powerful God. He set up a reminder for the boys and girls all over the world for them to remember who God is. And so he put the fourth commandment in the heart of the 10 commandments. What this means is that this is the power, the driving force that enables people to keep the law of God. The fourth commandment in Exodus 20 verse 8 says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. It's interesting God said remember. He knew that there'd be a possibility for people to forget. And in fact, the men of sin, the papacy, excellent, would try and change the Sabbath from Sabbath, the seventh day, which is Saturday, to Sunday. So God needed to remind his people. And in 1844, the elders discovered that, we had missed this point. In fact, we had not followed the law of God. So it could not have been time for Jesus to come. And so since then, they sought to reform or go back to the way that God had commanded. Our very first parent, great parent, Adam. And so they noticed Adam kept the Sabbath, didn't he? The Israelites kept the Sabbath, didn't they? Paul kept the Sabbath. Jesus, when he came to earth, kept the Sabbath too. And they needed to keep the Sabbath. Did you know today that some people have forgotten the fourth commandment and they need to be reminded? As it was the work of reform in the 19th century, it should be our work of reform today, boys and girls. Lulu, Kwando, Mr. Denley, Wandi, Tamuda, everyone. God is calling us, Mr. Ipile, to remind people that the Sabbath day is still important. Though they have forgotten it, we are meant to call them back to the God who created the universe in all its beauty. Did you know if we kept the Sabbath the way we should, no one would doubt that there's a God, that look at everything God has created and remember that there's a God who created it, that look at the air that we breathe with no price paid and remember that there's a God, that look at the animals and the human amazing body and they would remember that there's a creator. Let us remember to share with our friends that they too should remember to keep the Sabbath holy. Bye. See you next week.